2013, a new era is dawning in the sport of Arenacross, where dominating on the dirt can launch a rider on a career path to stardom. Die-hard Amsoil Arenacross fans have been waiting since 1986 for this historic day. From Worcester, Massachusetts, Amsoil Arenacross featuring Ricky Carmichael's Road to Supercross is live on Speed. Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Robbie Floyd. It's good to be back at Arenacross, and it's good to have a partner like the man, the Supercross, Motocross champion, world champion, Grant Langston. Welcome to Arenacross.
You know, Robbie, it's so glad to be here. This is going to be, I believe, the best season of racing we've ever had. I can't wait.
It is going to be exciting. A lot of changes, including the format. Yeah, if you look at the format, it looks the same on the top side. We still have qualifying heats, last chance qualifiers, but below, that's where it changes up. We've got a bracket race worth of valuable Arenacross points, but also 2 main events instead of 1.
Yeah, they've cut the laps down. You cannot afford to get a bad start now. The racing is really short, super intense. It's going to be all hanging out there.
Yeah, instead of 25 laps, you have 2 12-lap main events. Now, when you look at the points, both main events will play points. 16 points for first, working your way down to 1 point for 16. But that one valuable head-to-head point could make a difference.
You know, I agree. That one valuable point may just be that at the end of the season when we come down to Denver. That could be the difference between winning or losing a championship. So it is very important.
All eyes are going to be on the #1 Babbitt's Kawasaki rider, Tyler Bowers, the 2-time defending champion. But he's not the only man in Arenacross.
No, definitely not. He is, in my opinion, the man to beat. I've trained with the guy. He's an animal. He's aggressive. But we also have Jeff Gibson. He's a former champ. He knows how to get it done. And then a new kid on the block, Michael McDade. The kid's young, he's fast, and he's talented. Keep your eyes on him.
Yeah, some exciting racing. This is actually night number 2 of racing. We raced last night as well. Let's take a look.
So, some highlights from Friday evening. Right out of the gate, some carnage in turn 1, taking down some of the top riders. Daniel Blair getting caught up. Bowers straight to the lead, but unfortunately he has some problems of his own. Somehow he stalls the bike, handing the lead over to Zach Ames. Bowers remounts right near the back of the pack. Ames leads most of this race with McDade right in tow. Jeff Gibson having some troubles of his own down in the rhythm section. And then here, the pass for the win. McDade coming to the white flag, goes around the outside. Ames is unable to jump the catapult. McDade takes the lead on the last lap and never looks back.
Michael McDade takes his first ever Amsoil Arenacross victory. Ames, unfortunately, finishes the second for him. Marshall, good job in third. Look, Tyler Bowers moved all the way up to 5th as we look at the second page of the main event results. Nathan Skaggs in 9th and Frederick Noren after penalty in 16th. Down to Christy Lee.
Great racing today, great performance from you. It was very tight up into the last lap there. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It was one of those patient races. I just sat back and, you know, I'd lose a bunch of ground, and then, you know, towards the last 3 laps, I seen the white flag come out, and I was right on him, and I had to go for it. And, you know, I wish I would have got the overall, but it was good to get my feet wet like that. So, it's a good night.
A big smile on McDade's face, but Zach Ames is your Amsoil Arenacross overall leader right now with Bowers. With that extra point, moves him up into second. McDade back in third. This is a long season, 10 races, 2 nights, and many stops. So anything can happen in Amsoil Arenacross, and usually does. Jeff Gibson, you saw him have some difficulties, went down. He's still able to salvage 9th place overall. Noren, I said he was penalized earlier, is because he had a red flag jumping incident. They docked him 2 laps. Awesome race course here, but yeah, Grant, so some changes are being made.
Absolutely. Well, they've done a little bit of work on this track, but this section here, these are whoops, but they're getting very, very rutted. Then this section right here, this rhythm section, the key is you can go to the outside and hit the steeper part here and triple in and go triple-double or double-triple, because you do not want to land there twice.
And now here's a look at the GoPro track preview with Suzuki rider Daniel Blair in the all-new GoPro 3.
Down into the first turn. One deep rut, it's kind of slippery. Coming into the rollers, a lot of different lines. Rhythm section, you can go double, double, single. Some guys will be going triple, double. Then hit the catapult. Last corner is real deep. And back onto the start straight away. And that's our track.
Awesome shots from the all-new GoPro 3. You see several riders with them out there. It's a great training tool. But, man, the riders are getting ready to race. We're about to fire it up here at Amsoil Arenacross. Remember, Supercross follows us tonight, but it's all about Worcester, Mass. At the DCU Center, Amsoil Arenacross, opening round of the 2013 campaign, ready to get underway. Welcome back to Worcester. This place is rocking. I'm Robbie Floyd with Grant Langston. We also have Chrissy Lee down there doing interviews tonight. This place is rocking, and they were rocking earlier. We had heat race number 1, 7 transfer to the final.
Well, let's have a little recap here of the heat racing. Heat 1 underway. Kelly Smith coming in, but he gets passed by McDade immediately. He jumps out of the front. Robbie Marshall there jumps into second place, keeping them honest. Little mistake by Marshall coming out of the turn. Little breathing room for McDade. Then right here, the top of the screen, Robbie Marshall makes a mistake, and guess what? He takes Zach Ames down with him. That put these guys buried in the pack. Not the way you want to start out. McDade looking great. This kid is really impressing me at the moment. He pretty much led this from start to finish. Very happy with himself right there with the one-hander.
Only 7 move on to the final, so Eric Montrol, he'll have to race the LCQ. But McDade, again, very fast after that win last time. And we moved on to heat race number 2. Again, same format, 7 move on directly to the main event number 1, and another exciting race, Grant.
Yeah, straight out of the gate, the number 1, the man on a mission, Tyler Bowers. This guy, I mean, he's really impressing me at the moment. He just seems a step ahead of everyone. Very smooth. A lot of bottling up there. Some more trouble. This is, man, Arenacross, there's always something going on, action-packed. Daniel Blair moves up in a second, holding off Steinke, who was also another guy who's impressed me this season. And then right here, oh, that was a pretty violent hit there from Chris Canning.
That was a hard get-off.
Not pretty. He actually looked like he was down and maybe wouldn't see him again. But Bowers, like I said, I think I saw him miss the catapult one time. Maybe it was, yeah. But otherwise, this guy was flawless. Easy victory.
He missed it to take the checker flag and the victory. Again, top 7. Frederick Noren moves on, transfers directly into main event number 1. If you didn't qualify from heat 1 or heat 2, you had to run the LCQ, where only 2 move on to that main event. And in that case, we didn't think he would come back. He does. He wins the LCQ. Chris Canning on the 598 and Willie Browning. That will set our field of 16 riders for main event number 1, and they also qualify for main event number 2.
And the other thing to take note of is the top 4 from each heat race qualified for that bracket race. All right, our starting lineup.
The Monster Energy starting lineup. This will run throughout the race and let you know where your favorite rider is as it pertains to being on the course. It's so good to have speed and live coverage of Amsoil Arenacross. And these fans, they know it. They know they're part of history here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some banners in the crowd. I mean, these guys are all jacked up. I mean, we're looking here. I mean, this is the non-enthusiastic bunch here, but
well, one big name missing is Villapoto. No, not the Monster Energy Supercross champ Ryan, but his younger bro Tyler. And Chrissy Lee's down with him now.
Tyler, what a disappointment for you tonight with your debut here at Amsoil Arenacross. I know it's tough for you and your team that you're not out there on the race with our season opener.
Yeah, you know, it's a bummer, but it's been a short recovery, 2 months, and I've already been back on the bike for a week and been training for a month, so I'll be out next weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
What happened? Can you tell us more about your injury?
Yeah, you know, I was racing Paris-Bercy, and I was doing quite well and ended up crashing in my second night and just broke my kneecap in half, and I had surgery, and I had a lot of scoping done as well on my meniscus and ACL, but, you know, I'm just trying to get out there and get it done.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing more from you this season. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Christy. And Mr. Villapoto, we'll see him at the next stop in Baltimore. Well, final prep is getting underway. Main event number 1. The fans are ready. Are you ready? We'll be back in Worcester right after this.
We now
Worcester, Mass. It's the DCU Center for the opening stop of the Amsoil Arenacross Series. I'm Robbie Floyd with multi-time Supercross and Motocross champion Grant Langston, Christy Lee down on the floor, and these are the 16 best riders that Amsoil Arenacross has to offer for main number 1. Grant, is getting exciting.
If it's anything like last night, I'm telling you, this is going to be exciting. We've got Bowers on the inside.
Yeah, but watch, there's only 8 gates. We double row them here at Arenacross.
You know, the thing, though, is if you're on the inside of that back gate and everyone gets pushed wide, you know, someone like Ames, if he doesn't get the jump, he might be in some trouble.
Ames, number 4 on the outside. Bowers on the inside, number 1, his teammate. And a good job by Ames. You called it.
Hey, you know what? It's like Russian roulette out there. You can be a hero or zero. You don't get the jump, you get pushed off.
You see also former champion number 2 right there getting pushed a little high by Steinke. That's Jeff Gibson.
Well, I think Bowers is in the position he wants to be in. He's right up near the front. Not really known for his starts, but he's a very strong competitor. Keep your eye on him.
So 2 teammates, 1 and 2. Babbitt's Monster Energy, Amsoil Kawasaki teammates, 2 very good friends, trading partners on and off the track. You see Steinke back in there. Oh, comes up a little short.
He clipped the bank there. That actually was very close for comfort on the side of the catapult. Steinke hanging with him. I'm impressed by this guy.
If you've been watching Arenacross through years past, no longer do we have 25 lap main events. These are 12 lap super sprints, aggressive. If you don't get a good start, you have to be super duper aggressive or your race is over.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you said, when you factor in 12 laps at approximately about 25 seconds, I mean, it's just a couple of minutes. But what people don't realize is your heart rate is through the roof the whole time.
How's yours right now?
Well, I'm doing my first event live. I'm a little nervous.
There goes Gibson into 3rd.
Yeah, smooth move. And then McDade doing that other rhythm we were talking about, going double, triple, staying lower, hitting that low line. And I think that's actually going to pay out in his favor later on.
Jeff Gibson, the rider on the move, the Team Faith, the Fly Race, WPS rider, former champion back in 2009. He started in Amsoil Arenacross back in 1998, the last century.
I think he invented Arenacross.
No.
He's been around forever, though. But
that'd be Dennis Hawthorne.
But he's solid. I mean, he's as good as he ever has been. I mean, if anything, I think he's just gotten wiser and smarter over the years. McDade now coming to put a little bit of pressure on.
Just when we thought he's the number 2, and that's how you pass Arenacross and going down. He gave him a little room, but not much.
Hey, you know what? As we say, Rubbings Racing, that was aggressive, but there was no T-bone. There was no, intentional. That was just, he came up the inside. I don't think Steinke was expecting it.
Now will Jeff Gibson be expecting it? Yellow flags coming through the whoop section. Let's take a look at this one more time.
He's committed. He's coming up the inside, and basically they just meet at the same time. And I think it caught Steinke off guard. I mean, the front went over the berm, and unfortunately went down. Bummer for him.
There's the leader, number 4. Again, 2 buddies, 2 teammates. No, now he's starting to set up. There's the line we saw just a moment ago. Will he do it?
Oh, exact same thing. That was a carbon copy. You would have thought you were watching a replay. Just 2 different riders. But like I said, Bowers was in the position he wanted to be. He followed his teammate for a while and figured now's the time to go. The track's getting rutted, and sometimes when it gets rutted, you don't really want to be stuck behind someone because you're limited to where you can go.
Denny Bart's the team manager. I guess there are no team rules of a fairly aggressive move, wouldn't you say?
This is Arenacross. And, I mean, you really have to be aggressive. I mean, you almost have to bump. These tracks are tight, and these guys are, going for the win. And, if you ask Ames, what do you think? He's going to say that was beautiful.
3 laps to go. Zach Ames looking for a little redemption, trying to get back up there. But right now, it is a strong battle. Tyler Bowers leading this a little over 2 seconds ahead of Zach Ames. Jeff Gibson 3rd. Michael McDade in 4th. Kelly Smith back in 5th.
McDade doing that other option again like we were talking about. But Bowers, 2-second lead, nice and comfortable at this point in time. Got his teammate behind him. So great start to the evening for these Babbitt's Monster Energy Kawasaki riders.
But once you saw Tyler Bowers take the lead, he really pulled away quickly, didn't he?
Well, you never want to leave, yourself vulnerable to having someone right behind you because they could counterattack.
White flag is out. 1 more lap to go.
Yep.
For main event number 1.
We know it's the last lap. As you notice, the guy is highlighted under a spotlight. Bowers takes a little look over his shoulder, just make sure he's got a little breathing room as he coasts to the finish line.
Takes the inside, too. Says, I don't have to double this in because I just took the victory. In main event number 1, Tyler Bowers, Zach Ames in 2nd. His teammate, Michael McDade, another strong finish. A close battle there to the end with Gibson just behind. Well, main event number 1 is done. We still have plenty more racing here tonight, and we'll talk to our top 3 when we return to Worcester right after this. Welcome back live to AMSOIL Arenacross. Main event number 1 is in the books. An exciting start to AMSOIL Arenacross live on speed. DCU Center crowd were on their feet as we take a look at the main event 1 results. Again, now in Arenacross, 2 main events per night, and Tyler Bowers shows why he is the 2-time defending champion. Jeff Gibson, a hard move up to the front. Michael McDade as well. Look back at 8. The 598 Chris Canning, the rider that was down, didn't know if he would make it, finishes better than half the field.
Yeah, now that's very impressive. When I saw it happen live, I thought, oh, that looked very painful because he's just face planted into that jump. But awesome to see him in the top half of the field.
Look at these fans. I mean, these kids are coming out maybe for the first time ever at AMSOIL Arenacross, but one guy who's no rookie to AMSOIL Arenacross is the main event number 1 winner, Tyler Bowers. He's with Christy.
Tyler, another great race for you tonight. A great way to start up the season. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You know, I got off to a good start right behind my teammate Zach Ames, and the track they freshened it up beforehand. I was doing a little bit better on a rough track earlier, so I kind of tried to chill out and wait for some ruts to form. And once I did, I started catching Zach, just staying on him real good and pressure him for the pass. Try to ride safe, stay out of the lappers till then.
So we saw you pick the number 8 briefcase last night, and you just revealed the number 16 briefcase tonight. A tougher break than it was last evening. What do you think about this new second event, Inverted Gate?
I'm not very happy about it. I wasn't happy about it before the year started, but you know, I think it's going to be exciting for the fans. And you know, I played the game last night and it started out pretty well. I got eighth pick on the gate all the way outside, which is usually worse than second row on the inside, and I came out pretty good. So tonight I'm going to try to bulldog through some guys and get to the lead and hopefully make it exciting for the fans.
Thanks a lot, Christy, and I don't know what to say. What do you think about this inversion? If you win the race, it's up to you to pick 0, right?
Well, I understand why he hates it, because there's nothing to be gained by it. I'm pumped you picked 16. He's going to hate me for saying this, but this is going to be great. We've got the fastest guy lining up dead last in the second row. What else could you ask for the second main?
He picked 8 last night. It gave him a starting spot, which we saw Zach Ames had a strong start from the outside.
Well, that's what we were saying. When you're on the outside, you're either hero or zero. If you don't get the jump, you're going to get pushed off the track usually, or you're going to get the whole shot because you've got a better angle sweeping into that first turn. But now you got outside and row second row. I don't know what to say except for good luck.
I wonder if it comes down to team tactics. If you see a guy who's maybe in a points race later on in the year give up their spot to your teammate to get that inside second row spot.
Are you allowed to do that even?
I don't know.
I hope not.
It'll be curious.
No, I mean, you know, at this point in time, there's definitely no team tactics. We're at round 1. I mean, you know, Bowers is going to be aggressive, and you know, and that's a little bit of the problem too. Is that's why he gets labeled for a bad name, is because he has to push people out of the way.
Be aggressive. Well, the inverted start's the first time we've ever seen it. Last night, we talked to some of the other riders and asked them their thoughts on the subject.
To be a champion of this in Arenacross, you got to have a little bit of luck with you. I think that's going to be another place where you're going to have a little bit of luck.
We work our butts off the first main to get where we are to win or on the podium. So, you know, I don't really think we should be inverted for the second one if we draw the inversion.
Overall, a change was needing to be made. There's no doubt about that. The sport was, in my eyes, a little stagnant. So I can totally respect them trying some new things out.
I think it's going to make the racing better because we needed a little bit of a change here, and I think they went the right way with it.
I'm sure I won't like the inverted change at some times, but as an overall, I think it's going to be good for the fans. It'll be good. It'll be good for everyone. It'll keep it interesting.
It could upset some guys at times, but we're all here for the fans, and it's going to add excitement for the fans, and that's what we're here for.
If it's like, you know, 0 or 8 and then it goes back and forth, I think it's good.
Well, we're live in Worcester, Mass with Arenacross, AMSOIL Arenacross. But remember, just after we stop airing at 9:30, they pick up with the Monster Energy Supercross. I can't wait. As soon as it's over, I promise you, every one of these fans are going to be heading to their TV sets and watching live on speed, picking up at 9:30 from Anaheim, California.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to be there too, man. Supercross is a little bit of my background, and
Yeah, I think so. How many championships do you have in Supercross? One on each coast?
Yeah. No, it's Supercross is going to be exciting this year. I'm glad all the heavy hitters are back and healthy. I can't wait. People ask me, who's your prediction? I just go with Ryan, because that way I feel like I've got a better odds.
A 2 for 1. Ryan Villapoto or Ryan Dungey, two guys always battle. This is going to be fun, not only in Amsoil Arenacross, Monster Energy Supercross following this crowd smiling. I hope you are. Welcome to Arenacross on Speed.
This is the
A brand new year, a brand new season, just 5 days into 2013. I know we all make New Year's resolutions. I've already broken a few of them myself, but what about our riders? I had a chance to catch up with some of them earlier today and talk about their goals for 2013 besides winning the championship, both on and off the track.
I'd have to say organization, all around.
Good family life. I have a wife now, so this is just for fun and just going to give it everything I got.
You know, just be a little more social with everybody here and try to pump the series up pretty good.
I don't have one. I think it's pulling together for a New Year's resolution.
Be a smarter person for the championship series.
The biggest is keeping my job and making sure I'm at every race.
Getting some havoc from everybody about an interview I had not smiling enough. I'm going to smile on my interviews this year.
Well, this is the opening stop of the 2013 Amsoil Arenacross season, and that always means that you get some hardware. And Tyler Bowers did just that earlier today. The presentation of his Amsoil Arenacross ring. That's got to be a special moment to you. Not only you get the paycheck bonus, but that ring, the bling you can wear.
Yeah, I mean, no one really wears them, but they are awesome to have. You're so proud of them. I've got a couple. Love them a lot.
Well, I was able to sit down with Tyler and ask him his thoughts on the upcoming season.
All right, first race of the year, two-time defending champion. Is there any more pressure than there was on you the very first time you rode?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I guess a little bit, but this year I think I'm just trying to have a little bit more fun with everything, so I don't really feel any pressure. I'm just kind of out here. And honestly, because it's the first round and the new format changes, I think the pressure's off even more because the championship's not even a real big deal until, 4 rounds from the end. We do the race for the championship, so we're all out here just trying to get some time under our belts and, build some confidence.
We talk about how Arenacross is the road to Supercross now, but your road has kept you here at Arenacross. Why not the change? Why not the move to Supercross?
Man, Supercross is full right now. It's crazy over there. I'm home here in Arenacross right now. This is where I grew up.
Your buddies with Zach, he's on your team now. You train with him.
I think with Zach, we're just gonna, see how things go. I think he's gonna be one of the main guys to look at this year, and he's riding very well. I think his fitness is higher than it's ever been.
I hear you have a new approach to your racing this year, or a new mindset possibly. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I think, I'm gonna try to enjoy it a little bit more. This stuff gets so serious at times, and I took off this whole last summer and just kind of recharged the batteries and refreshed and healed up from last year. I hit the ground a lot and had a lot of nagging little injuries, and I was just ready to get everything back to normal, feel good on the bike again, and have fun riding.
Just come back with quick response. What you think of first? Arenacross whoops.
Big.
Teammates.
Great.
Friends.
Even better.
Championship.
The goal.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Everything.
What kind of car do you drive?
Well, it depends on which one. Right now I have a Silverado 1500, but my baby is a 54 Chevy. I bought when I was 15 years old. I bought it down in Alabama for like $800, drove it onto the trailer. Been working on it ever since. It's my little rat rod, I love that thing. Got 383 in it, pulls the wheelies everywhere.
Well, it's good to see Tyler Bowers starting to open up a little bit at Amsoil Arenacross, trying to show a little bit of the personality that he has. He's not just a stick figure, and an aggressive stick figure at that.
No, the guy's got a lot of personality, and I know in the past he's actually mentioned to me that he's been labeled as this dirty rider. He is very aggressive. That's his personality. But there again, he's also got the #1 plate, so kind of goes all hand in hand.
Yeah, I think he's going to be aggressive throughout the year, no matter what anyone says. Let's take a look at our lineup heading into main event number 2 with the inversion, because things changed up just a little bit. With a 16th place in the first main event, Steinke's actually going to get the first gate pick. Noren, again, you work your way down 16th back to the leader. So as you look at it, 8th, 16th, Tyler Bowers, even though he won the first main event, will have the last gate pick for main event number 2. We're about to get things underway with that second main event here shortly when we return to Worcester for more AMSOIL Arenacross. Welcome back to AMSOIL Arenacross, the pre-race party. Guys, girls, boys of all ages kicking back, having a fun time. That's what Arenacross is all about, AMSOIL Arenacross, but Supercross as well.
It's great because it gives an opportunity for these fans to interact with, you know, the riders. They feel like they get to know them, the personalities. So, I mean, I think it's awesome. I loved it. I was standing up here in the booth earlier, looking down, and I was very impressed. A lot of cool kids out there doing a lot of things for the fans.
How many autographs have you signed this weekend?
You know what? I've probably done more high fives than interviews because I've been marching back and forth from the pits to the booth. So, yeah, a couple of high fives.
Having fun. Everybody knows Grant Langston. Let's take a look. Also, AMSOIL Arenacross is the Ricky Carmichael Road to Supercross, and we caught up with the 5-time Monster Energy Supercross champ at Anaheim.
Hey guys, Ricky Carmichael here. Want to welcome all you guys to AMSOIL Arenacross. We're really excited to announce an all-new format for you guys. Tonight you're going to be seeing 2 intense 12-lap main events with head-to-head bracket racing as well. Also, want to introduce the Ricky Carmichael Road to Supercross, where you guys are going to see the world's fastest amateur racers cut their teeth in this series to hopefully someday make the Monster Energy Supercross series. That ain't gonna get no better than that, bud.
RC, man, throw it down. He's a racer. He's he's learning this TV biz. Awesome.
I want to know if that really was his only take. Now, he did one. Come on, RC, you can tell us.
Well, you talk about how Arenacross, it's the feeder system for Supercross. I've seen, I was around the sport when it started in Texas back in the 80s, and kids like Robbie Raynard, I mean, Ivan Tedesco, Supercross champion, guys you race against, they started in Arenacross. I think it's a great format, and you have to earn those 3 valuable Arenacross points, qualifying for the night show to move up to Supercross.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Racing is racing. I mean, we're out here. You're on dirt bikes. It's the same kind of setup. It's intense racing. It's similar jumps. It's very similar in so many ways. But yes, I mean, a lot of top guys have come through this, or vice versa.
Jeff Gibson, one of our main event riders, who was about 15, 14 years old when he started. You could actually start racing at 14 in AMSOIL Arenacross. We'll see a lot of that next year. We'll be back with main event number 2 right after this.
Leading up to tonight's final race, there's a lot of pressure on our riders, but we caught up with them earlier to find out what their pre-race rituals and routines were.
I like to have steak the night before races. That's kind of my thing.
On the line, I usually pray.
My biggest thing is wrapping my leg.
Actually, you know what? I do jumping jacks, and I always have to do 30, no matter what. It has to be 30.
Get my gear on, go look at the track a little bit.
I got some weird things, but that's a little personal.
On the start line, I kind of go through a little bit of a routine.
I'm just this weird head case, and like they're my little deals. They're not much, but I just keep them to myself. I feel like if I let them out of the bag, like they're not gonna be the same.
It's kind of superstitious if I let them all out there. You know, maybe it won't be a ritual for me anymore. It gives me them superpowers.
Welcome back live on Speed, AMSOIL Arenacross, and a lot of drama here. All of a sudden, Grant Langston, we had reports that both Tyler Bowers and Zach Games were possibly going to do an engine change behind the scenes.
Which probably leads me to believe that something happened on one of the bikes, and to be safe, they figured, because you got to imagine these bikes are pretty much prepared identically, so could be something that's a team issue.
So it might have been just Bowers that happened to, but again, there's got to be nervous times for the Babbitt's Kawasaki team. Inverted start. Bowers starting in the second row. Who's going to get the whole shot?
Bowers sneaking up the middle there. He's already gained a few spots.
Garrett Steinke, 726, in good stumping potential. C bounces out. It looks like he takes over the lead.
Look how many places Bowers has made up already. He's about 6th place. This is pretty remarkable. What's that?
The 181 of Patrick Massey into second. The 19 Kyle White in third. Look at Tyler Bowers going to the inside. Another pass as he gets by Frederick Norton.
And McDade now sneaking in the picture. He's in that top 3.
There's the triple out, the new option. He's picking them off. 4 riders per lap at least. Doing a clutch adjustment.
Yeah, well, on these tight tracks, he's on the clutch very hard, like there. You see the fingers on the clutch. So what happens is it wears out, so they actually have to adjust the free play.
Ooh, a little Yahoo right there coming into the left-hand turn. Those ruts are going to get deeper, and they're going to have to start making some changes, getting out of that main rut.
Exactly. You'll see them now. They're already starting to search for lines. You can see the rut starting to develop. Another clutch adjustment. Bauer's very strong on that clutch. He uses that as his throttling.
Motorsport Hillsboro, Fly Kawasaki. Garrett Steinke out of Woodland, California is leading this race, trying to pull away from the #1 Tyler Bowers. Michael McDade, a very strong start.
He couldn't do it. Didn't get it clean. Didn't get in that pocket, but still able to make the pass. Yeah, now he's got some clear track. As we see Bowers now stretching away.
7:26 still leading this thing, but Michael McDade in second. Remember, he made that last lap pass last night. Could he do it again?
Well, he's in good prime position to do it, but I wouldn't look back now because guess what? Look who's there.
Oh, he didn't give up.
Under. Lovely, great racing there.
7 laps to go. Only a 12-lap main event.
Here he comes. Look at Bowers just bulldogging through that section. That's a spot, man.
He had to give it up that time. Now the only rider in front is Garrett Steinke, and he's just in front.
Bowers he's got this race under control at the moment. He's methodically planned this race out. He knew the easiest way to get me in the front was take a big chunk of riders on the opening lap. Oh, and those are those ruts we're talking about developing. Let's see if he can pull off this line. Now, Bowers didn't quite get in that pocket, so you really need to get into that pocket clean to triple out.
Steinke, we saw even in last night's main events, in traffic, he always kept doubling, tripling out. He kept making the most of that rhythm section. He's not going to back out unless he absolutely has to. Right now, going to close him off.
You see, but he protected, he hugged the inside. But I think he knows right now, if he's smart, he's probably just going to allow Bowers to take this lead because he doesn't want to give him the fisticuffs. This is a great ride.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that, but you are going to get the slingshot here, though.
Oh, and he kept it on. He's not giving up, that's for sure. But like I said, this is Bowers' spot, man. When the track gets rough, he steps it up.
Bowers now into the lead. Looking behind him, you still see McDade still not giving up. Back in third, Massey fourth, Michael Lang in fifth, Zach Ames. After that back row start, he's only moved up to sixth spot.
This race goes by so fast. I'm just looking, there's less than 3 laps to go. Bowers planned this out perfect. As we have a look at Robbie Marshall, some of the other guys a little further down. Jeff Gibson, he's having a decent ride tonight.
Yeah, but only in 8th place. You can't have too many of those for Arenacross Arenacross Championship points. They really hurt.
Well, it's still better than the clip 16. We had from last night when he was laying on the ground. So with baby steps, right, Robbie?
Right. Tyler Bowers looking for the overall for the night. You can't beat 1-1 main event scores.
Wow.
Just like the old outdoor score. You can't beat 1-1.
Oh, absolutely. We see his teammate there, Zach Ames, back in 6th place. So, you know, and he was lined up right next to Bowers. We see the spotlight on Bowers now on the final lap. This is, actually, I got to say, this is pretty remarkable to go 1-1.
It shows how aggressive you have to be in AMSOIL Arenacross, shorter lap main events, but no matter where you put him, Tyler Bowers comes out on top.
You know what? Maybe that inversion isn't so bad after all. He might be okay with it now.
It might actually play to his favor. Looking on through him back, this is the race for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Michael Lang in 5th. It looks like Willie Browning in 6th. Zach Ames drops back to 7th, followed by Jeff Gibson and Frederick Noren. I think that may be a benefit for him. Aggressive off the start leads your other guys who finished high in that first moto. If they're not that aggressive, they can't make those passes. 2 main events for Tyler Bowers tonight.
Well, I mean, they try to make it difficult. He almost made it difficult on himself.
Well, he's getting congratulations from Junior Jackson, his mechanic this year. Some nervous times for the Babbitt Kawasaki crew. We'll have to find out what happened with them. No bike problems whatsoever. Some congratulations goes to Tyler Bowers. We'll talk to him when we come back to Worcester.
This is the
Welcome back to the opening round of the 2013 AMSOIL Arenacross. The winner of main number 1 and 2, Tyler Bowers, the 2-time defending champion, trying to make it 3 in a row, get that Arenacross turkey, and a lot of fans here watching a great race. Let's go down to Christy Lee with our winner.
Tyler, another great race for you here in the second event this evening. We saw some last-minute changes on the bike with your team, a new engine right before the main event. What happened?
Yeah, I kind of heard something yesterday cracking, and I didn't know what it was, and we established we thought it was a chain, so we kind of just lubed the chain up and went from there, and I kind of had trust that my bike was all right, but I heard it through the night. I just thought it was in my head, and then earlier today my mechanic was checking it out again, and it started making some cracking noises again, so he told me before the first main event, and I was scared to death to ride it, but we went out there and got it done, won that thing, and then my mechanic, Junior Jackson, that's why I got him this year, dude. I knew he's the fastest mechanic in town. So he got the bike back, swapped the motor out, and we went out for the second main event, dead last gate pick, and put it together from there.
Well, you drew the number 8 briefcase last night and the 16 tonight, making it what you would think a harder draw for you during this race, but you certainly proved yourself, knocking them down one by one and getting up to the front. Tough race, but great performance.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You know, last night I drew number 8, and I came off the gate second, and that was pretty surprising. Passed Ames right off the bat, and I ended up stalling the bike going into the third turn, and so I ended up dead last off that anyway. So I figured tonight I can come back from 16th no matter what, because I pretty much did it last night, came to 5th. So I didn't know I was going to be able to win it, but you know, I sure tried.
Well, congratulations on both your wins.
Thanks a lot.
What an awesome ride by Tyler Bowers. I mean, you see the smile on his face. He has to be happy.
Well, he's got to be relieved more than anything. I mean, first of all, as we get a recap here of the second main, you see him in the background there from that inversion. But look, in the middle of the screen there, I mean, already in the top 10.
I'd say 9th place probably right there. So he's already passed about 7 riders.
Steinke takes the lead. Looks solid in the beginning, but that number 1, that big red plate, was lurking in the background the whole time.
Well, it proves in racing you can't pass anyone if you're playing follow the leader. He was taking multiple lines, and it's something that not every racetrack can afford, but here at Worcester it did.
Yep, as we see him here getting behind McDade. McDade does the up and under, but that was short-lived.
You're impressed by him, though, aren't you? I mean, his first full season in Arenacross, and he looks very good.
You know, he's not intimidated. You can see he's like, hey, I'm one of the big boys. And he was the one that came up with that double-triple line.
The final pass for the victory on the inside, taking that nice smooth rut. He just pulled away, never to look back. White turns to checkered, and 2 main wins here at Amsoil Arenacross for night number 2 in Worcester, Mass. Yeah, Junior.
Happy.
You know, he was probably up all night working on the equipment, and it really paid off tonight. The only thing he did not win was the bracket race, and Jeff Gibson won that and takes that one valuable Arenacross championship point.
Oh, absolutely. At least something went well for Jeff. You know, he's had a little bit of a rough start to this, but great to see that.
And we look at the unofficial results from main event 2. McDade still held on, Steinke atop 3. Kudos to him. Jeff Gibson back there in 8th place. I'm saying you can't get too many 8th places while Tyler Bowers is taking victories. Zach Ames as well. He was even up a little higher, and he drops back on the last lap.
A little bit of trouble there for Dave Genofi at the back. Kelly Smith, not probably what he was hoping for. Robbie Marshall, who had a solid ride last night, around 10th.
Chris Canning had that hard crash earlier on. Kudos to him for even getting back on the bike. Qualifies through the LCQ. Strong finish in the first main. But Christy Lee's down there with Michael McDade, one of the riders you have to be impressed in the early part of this season.
Mike, great race tonight. It's really getting tough out on the course there, but you certainly proved yourself here at Amsoil Arenacross. Great way to start the season. Congrats.
Thank you. It was a good race. I started on the 2nd row and came out. I think I was leading by the 3rd lap, and you know, Bowers ended up getting me and somebody else. But man, it was a good race. You know, I can't be happier. I'd like to thank my sponsors: Mercedes, Rocket Valley, Rip Vinyl, Super Sprox, Amsoil, Torque One, Loudmouth, Bristol Core, Rip Vinyl, Sycra, FMF, Weisco, KSR, and my trainer Joel.
Looking forward to the next round moving into Baltimore. I'm sure you and your team have a lot to look forward for and work on.
On the way here, I actually said Baltimore was my favorite, and Shane kept telling me, my coach, I guess, just focus on this weekend, you know. So I got out of this weekend good, and Baltimore, I'm looking forward to it. My family will be there, everybody will be there. It's closer for me, so I'm happy.
So there's another very satisfied rider. He comes out of this event 2 very strong nights of racing.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I am impressed with this kid. You know, he's not on the factory team. He's kind of doing it on his own. Yes, he's got a lot of people supporting him, as we just saw there. But this kid is very, very sharp. I mean, I can see he's going to improve, and he's looking forward to that race coming up in Baltimore.
We'll have more from AMSOIL Arenacross in Worcester, Mass. right after this. To Worcester, Monster Energy AMA Supercross, about to fire it up live from Anaheim, California. Ralph Shaheen, Jeff Emig, Ricky Carmichael, Aaron Bates, the whole crew. And literally, there's 10 guys that can win the Supercross class main event.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the first race of each year, we've seen some shockers. I remember when Josh Grant came out and won, and all the hype was around Stewart and Reed. And like I said before, we got both the Ryans, Villapoto, Dungy. I mean, there's a lot.
A lot happened here in Worcester, Mass. And Christy Lee's down with our third place finisher from Main 2.
For the second event, the track is definitely a lot tougher than the first event. We saw you struggle a little bit out there, but you did take an early lead in tonight's second event. Great job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the first moto, I was in third, got taken out. Second moto ended up coming out on third place. Led it for a little while. I'm pretty happy to be up here.
Looking forward to moving into Baltimore for our second round of this season. It's just the beginning.
Yeah, next weekend should be pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident going into it. I'm going to train real hard this next week and prepare myself for next weekend. I'd like to thank Skinner Classics, Fly Racing, Lavanos Racing, Air Ride, Air MX, No Toil, Dr. D, Vertex Pistons, the Smitty family, Mom and Dad, my girlfriend, everyone else out there, thank you so much.
That's the way to do it right there. The more he gets into the AMSOIL Arenacross,
I don't think he's had too many interviews.
Yeah. He'll tie that in.
He looked a little lost.
Little the stiff side. Well, we're at the DCU Center, but we'll move on to the First Mariner Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. I remember the first time we were there, a great crowd, always on hand, right just down from the harbor. But we moved to Grand Rapids, Tulsa, Cedar Park, Texas. That's where Arenacross started, was in Texas. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Little Rock. Later on in the year, Wichita, Kansas. A lot of cold venues outside, but it's nice and toasty. So if you're a fan, come on out here. It's plenty warm inside. Kansas City, we wrap up the season in Denver, Colorado, and crown another champion.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm actually looking at this board here. I'm like, I've never been to any one of these events, so pretty excited about it.
Let's go down to Christy Lee. I believe she has Zach Ames.
Zach, great performance in race 1. We missed you on the podium here in race 2.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's tough with the way they do things with the inversion. You know, it's great for the crowd and everything, but you know, I just tried to salvage what I could. I knew I got second in the first one, and I knew I needed to come away with a good finish in the second one, so I kind of just salvaged it and ended up third overall. So I'm pretty happy.
All right, Zach Ames, he's smiling now. He's still up there in the championship title hunt, but it is the Tyler Bowers show here tonight, taking main event 1 and 2. He's going to move into the overall points lead in AMSOIL points, but it is a long series, 2 mains each night, sometime 2 main weekends.
Well, exactly, and the thing is, it can work for you, against you. There's a lot of points to be made, but on the flip side, there's a lot of points that can be lost. Let's just think about if those 2 guys on the podium didn't have their bike prep, they would have not even scored any points between that team. So nice to see McDade up there. Bowers, man, he's just strong at the moment.
As we move on to the next stop in Baltimore, Maryland, you have to think Tyler Bowers, the whole Babbitt's Kawasaki crew is, and we're still missing that one rider. You know, Tyler Villapoto has yet to make an Arenacross lap, and with a healthy Tyler Villapoto, it could get really ugly really fast for that team.
This could be an interesting series.
Yeah, his brother Ryan Villapoto ready to try and defend his Supercross championship. We're glad you could join us here live on Speed, the first ever AMSOIL Arenacross on Speed live. I'm glad to be a part of it. Grant Langston, what a night. Again, congratulations to tonight's winner, Tyler Bowers, taking both main events. Jeff Gibson wins the head-to-head bracket race tonight. But for Grant Langston and Christy Lee, I'm Robbie Floyd. Thanks for joining us in Worcester. Stay tuned. Up next, live on Speed, the